Don Callis. Just a review of his whole career, basically. He started in ECW with Cyrus the Virus. He was part of the Truth Commission, where he did some of the best promos in WWF for Oddities and all those guys, like Kurgan. But he was just solid mic, way better than Austin, probably better than The Rock. And then he would join TNA, where he was getting his MBA in international trade. He'd be part of Planet Jarrett and the registered security, where he's still shown as the guy who invented Ultimate X, kayfabe, and had registered security face like Johnny Fairplay and then AJ Styles and all that. It was not part of the booking committee. I think it was more of an on-screen thing. And then he was retired from 2004 to 2017, when the Bullet Club started to emerge. He did commentary for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Cyrus the Virus in ECW, he would be like a commentator. He'd say like stuff like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." At least that's what I heard. That's what I heard. I haven't actually watched, and it was highly criticized. Obviously, it was very revolutionary for the time, very risk-breaking. And then his impact, everything knows his impact stuff. He did not get along with Eli Drake, Tessa Blanchard, etc. Basically, he was just there to set up Kenny Omega showing up in Impact once AEW was acquired, where the ratings just went from dead to like 10,000 to like 140,000 people watching, and like pay-per-views selling out, etc. Which is the positives, and there's the negatives, like I said, with this bad relationship with wrestlers. Brian Cage, Eddie Kingston, some of it's still in the kayfabe storylines. 6ix9ine be done, etc. Probably they want Tony Khan wanted Eddie Kingston and Don Callis to shoot real promos against each other. The matches were really good. LAX was there, Pentagon was there, and then a bunch of guys ended up in AEW. They have like no talent now. I mean, see so many costs because like Don Callis, the vice president of Impact, is basically just getting paid for AEW to show what Kenny Omega and Impact. You know, the ratings are huge, and the pay-per-view guys are huge. And like I said, I gotta wonder about the future. Is with Don Callis gone, or the Good Brothers gonna leave once their contract expires in a year or two from Impact Wrestling? Or are they just gonna be AEW talents? Or are they gonna continue with the Good Brothers show on Access TV? It's like without Impact, it's got more to some stuff, but like obviously with Kenny Omega and Don Callis' relationship, like that's so much more influence on Japan and stuff. So the booking of the next pay-per-view I'm wondering about will be decreased. Once Kenny Omega's era is over, like, what are they gonna do? Are the Good Brothers leaving too? Before I was thinking they were gonna go to, I mean, they had the opportunity to have like the Bucks and everyone join Impact just where they have their own TV and not have control of Impact, but then they lose all the television rights to like TNT and stuff where they have all these ratings. I mean, the Impact ratings were a lot better, but like, and they're at least still a strong band. Obviously, it's declining. It's sort of declining in the last month or so due to overexposure to like AEW escalation and stuff. It's sort of like WCW now, where I'm just sort of sick and tired of like seeing the Bucks in lieu of like Hulk Hogan now. So it's now sort of rough times. Tsushi Kojima showing up next week. Kojima. And Nano Machine's son. And yeah, on Twitch. Yeah, Seattle. It was not. First off, he was alright in the beginning because he was like the killing announcer. Then later on, he sort of got fizzled. And later on, he was like doing the stuff on Twitch when he looked like he was doing stuff out of his car, which was humorously bad. I sort of miss the Iceman days and stuff. His novelty. And of course, like, in this era of wrestling, like, the wrestling came back, unlike the Drew McIntyre, Dixie era, which the wrestling was not as good compared to, like, Pentagon and Brian Cage and all those guys. But obviously, the numbers speak for themselves and history is going to be made and all that stuff. The ratings are a lot better, and Impact is doing so well financially under Don Callis. Scott D'Amore won't be the same, but, I mean, that might be the reason why they took the belts off Vin Juice, because maybe they wanted more Detroit, Michigan. I mean AGBW, and they have AGBW's former world champ Joe Doring win the belt too. Well, Eric Young and Rhino are affiliated with Scott D'Amore in that locker room. Yeah, I don't know what the future is. We'll see how long Kenny Omega lasts, and then see what happens after that with Impact. Good memories. Scary time, but I don't know. Scott D'Amore's still there. Jimmy Jacobs, Tommy Dreamer. All those guys are getting the duties. Raven probably too. And Don Callis probably wasn't getting paid much as Impact vice president. He's probably getting paid a lot more as AEW Kenny Omega's manager, albeit it might decline if the Elite sort of fizzles out. I'm thinking about canceling my cable myself. Don't want to watch AEW because of all the stuff in the real world, etc. What are your thoughts on subscribe?